This video is all about the cycling positions that you will find in all of my rides. I'm going to give you some effective tips and tricks so that you get the most effective cycling ride possible. The first position that we are going to discuss is the seated riding position, and that is just what it sounds like. You're going to be seated in the saddle, your hands are going to be out with a light grip on your handlebars. You can have them out wide or you can bring them close into the center, whichever is most comfortable for you. In my videos, you'll see me with my hands out wide just because that is where I like them to be. But feel free to bring them in closer to the center if that works best for you. Make sure that your shoulders are down away from your ears, you have a slight bend in your elbow, your chest is lifted, and your knees are forward as you pedal. Next up, the standing run or the jog position. This position is used when we are on a flat road or maybe at the base of the hill. We will come out of the saddle, leaving the hands back. On a flat road, we keep those hands back on the handlebars. When you come out, you want to use your legs and avoid using your arms to pull you up. Once you're out of the saddle, those hips again stay on top of the pedals. We don't want to move too far forward and we don't want to move too far back. So hips right on top of the pedals, your chest is lifted, light grip on those handlebars, avoid the lean. We want to keep the weight in the hips on top of the pedals. The next position that we're going to discuss is a standing climb position. And this position is used when you have a lot of resistance and you're climbing up a hill and you need to come out of the saddle. So you will be seated and pedaling, and when you come out, your hands will walk out to the end of the handlebars. There you'll have a light grip. You should be able to wiggle those fingers. Your hips will stay on top of your pedals. So in this position, you want to be very careful not to bring those hips too far forward or too far back, because that'll put undue pressure on your knees and your back. So hips right on top of your pedals, chest lifted, shoulders down, and light grip as you climb. Next up, jumps. When you're on a flat road and we're coming in and out of the saddle, your hands stay back in that seated position and you will bring yourself up with your legs, not your arms, to come up into that standing jog or standing run position. And then you carefully lower yourself down. We want to avoid momentum, so no momentum coming up and down out of that saddle. You want to use the strength of your legs to lift you up and to lower yourself back down. Finally, jumps on a hill or jumps with resistance. You'll start in a seated position, hands on the handlebar. As you come out of the saddle, using your legs, not your arms, you'll walk your hands out to the end of the handlebars and walk them back in as you come down from that jump. Being careful not to use momentum and only using the strength of your legs. There you have it, all of the positions that you'll find in a Cycle with Kelly video. In fact, why don't you try them out now? Maybe for 30 minutes or even for 10. Whatever you do, have fun and happy riding.